Hey, welcome back to the Château de Grifferaie. This is your friend Leslie and Rob. We're going on a delightful walk. The little town of Bball had a restaurant. Unfortunately, it went under.
Yeah, that was too bad.
But
we have a new one.
Yeah.
And it's at Trattoria. It's an Italian place.
So we're gonna walk. It's about half a mile, maybe a little more.
Nothing like Rome.
A little exercise.
Yeah.
And we'll take you along with. One of the good things about Europe is, other than architecture, is there's lots of good walking. So
I thought you were gonna say the food.
Well, that too. We had a lovely walk, and we got to the place, and they said, and they were open. The door was open. They said, "Oh, we don't start dinner till 7." And I thought, classic.
Yep, we knew that.
Classic. Yeah, the internet says 6.
Well, the internet says they're open at 6, as which they were.
Yeah, but not for food.
No.
All right. Well, we're not at the pizza place. We're at home, but we are going to go back. We want to support the local business for sure. And maybe that gives us a chance to have a little sunset chat. Beautiful sunset tonight, eh? You know, living in another country, there's so much to learn. There's so much to learn always. Been on camera much, so maybe I should get myself on camera for a second. Yeah, you really do learn a lot of things, whether it's something as simple as, you know, the internet says they're open at 6, but it's actually 7. And you kind of knew it was going to be 7 because most of the restaurants are open at 7. And the internet's really not it's not consistently right when it comes to French restaurants. Or something as simple as this car registration form, guys. So this week we made the trip to Angers, and it was my 6th attempt to drive somewhere and get this carte grise, the gray card. That's the registration for the vehicle. You have to do it in the first month. So in some ways, good news. Previously, none of the places would take us. A lot of locations just said, no, we're not interested in helping, or we don't want your business, or whatever. And then I tried to do it online, but we don't have the French health card, the carte vitale yet. So we went into we did all kinds of things, and nothing was working. So our 6th time, we went into a company that you just pay to do it, and it's not that bad. If I would have known about it, I would have done this first. So we drive in. They look great. They kind of look like a small DMV. It's private, though. And so we show her all our documents, and she's like, "Oh, no, you need the old gray card." And it turns out our friends who sold us the car, we don't know them. I call them friends because I'm being a friendly guy, but nice folks. They crossed out the old registration. They tore off the bottom part to give us, and then they kept the rest. But apparently we needed the whole thing. So she's like, "We can't do it. We can't do it without that." And so now I'm thinking, okay, we have 1 month to get this done. And I really hope that this document still exists. So I write the person that sold us on Facebook. That's how we contacted them. And then I emailed them, no response. And I thought, oh man, I hope they're not going to ghost us. And I'm like, I really hope they didn't throw that out, because then I have no idea how we're going to get this car registered if they throw it out. And so I remember that they had called us. And so the next day I tried texting, and sure enough, she responded. And they have the document. They're going to mail it to us. So we're going to get it. But like something as simple as registering a car, I've spent, I don't know how many hours, 10 hours on it already. And we don't have it yet. So it's just things sometimes just take longer than you think they're gonna. And you just got to understand it's a different country, and you got to be patient. And I can't have my American timelines, my Canadian timelines. Isn't that right, Bingley? Isn't that right? Mr. Bingley wanted to come outside. There he is. He loves it here.
Wow, check out the sunset tonight. Wowza.
This time we're driving. So we have to come back. We're not going to walk it again. That was like a mile. We're old. We're tired.
Well, we did do a lot today, so we are a little pooped. And it's going to be dark when we get home, but check that out. Now we can't see it anymore.
Our little town is looking good. But hey, you can show the restaurant.
Oh, sure.
Let's, while we're at it.
So it's in our little village called Bball. Yes, sure. Yep. And it's just a new little Italian restaurant. Yep. So we're gonna go check it out and try to give them a little encouragement and support, because they just literally opened up this week. Pizzas for 12, 13 euro, which is about standard for France. Quite a bit more than actual Italy, but that's life, right? Mm-hmm. You know, it's not always gonna be the same. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's go park. There it is. You can show it. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There it is, right on the side of the road. I was too enamored with getting past the thing for the sunset.
Here, and the first stuff has come out. We got a little appetizer. Prosciutto looks good. For spread. And then we got a nice, that's some iced tea over there. And then I got some, this is balsamic.
Yeah.
And some little breadsticks too.
Yeah.
Looking good. Looking good.
They look great. It looks good.
Yours looks really good. The mushrooms
it does. Well, and the pesto and stuff.
That's a classic.
Parsley.
The Regina.
Yep.
And then I've got the Diavola, which is it looks good too.
It's fun.
A meal with a little bit of ice cream. Bull's the glass. Bull's the glass. It was a good meal. Yeah, we'll be back for sure. As should you if you're an Eschamirian. Wait. Poorly YouTube. And we're home from dinner. It is dark. It is 8 something, which is not actually that late coming home from dinner in France. Good meal. We'll be back. Nice folks, really nice couple. Well, it's a beautiful Sunday afternoon and I'm feeling very rested. So I said, Leslie, we should go for a walk. And I thought, you know, today is the day we should get into the solar panels and try to get them on Wi-Fi and see what they're doing. I saw something really cool today. You see the blue blinking light? It blinks faster when it's producing more power and slow. This is the first time I've ever seen them blink at this speed. So it's, you know, it's a nice sunny day and the sun's getting a little higher in the sky. It's March, and so good news. I was assuming we'd never be able to get on the Wi-Fi way out here. I mean, look how far it is, guys. It's like we're a long way from the house, and yet, I mean, that's upload. The download speed was pretty good. So Leslie and I we made a discovery. We connected to Wi-Fi and it says it's producing, 2 of the panels are producing 900 watts, which is great. 900 kilowatt hours.
Which, who knows what that means exactly?
Well, I know what that means.
Do you?
Yeah, we're usually using about 3 or 4 in the house. 3 or 4,000. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when the bills come through. But yeah, good times. We're thinking about creating a little bit of a around the Château path just for exercise and walking / jogging. I mean, theoretically jogging.
We've been very fortunate having this paved, I guess it was a little car track when it was the amusement park. But it's been great because it's a nice sort of clean, generally it will be clean again.
Oh, it's
not right now.
Yeah.
Path to walk on or them to ride bikes on. So it's fun.
Yeah, but I think maybe a path all the way around the chateau would be good for us.
I agree.
A little exercise.
Agreed.
Beautiful Monday morning. The birds are out. The sun is shining. The solar power has already begun. It's crispy. You can see the frost. So we're not out of it yet, but I think this is our last cold day. It's going to go up to, I think, like 15 or something like that. Okay, I'm on my way to the city of Beaujais. There's an office of public finances, and they help you with things like taxes. And so I went in to get the cart grease, my 5th attempt, and they made an appointment at another place so I can get a number I need to register. Fingers crossed, prayers up that it will work this time. We have 1 month to get this card. Oh, Leslie's gonna be so unhappy. Look at that. They chewed through, the mice chewed through the backing to get in. She is gonna be mad. Okay, we upgraded, a lot more powerful. That took quite a while. This took much less time. Isn't that great? Yeah, it's coming much better. So I just finished weed whipping the edge of this half. That means when we get to the edge, we can blow all the gunk out and it won't be caught on like leaves and stuff. So let's put a time lapse on and enjoy this. Well, guys, it's Monday. You can hear the beautiful birds. And on a lot of reasons I should be grateful today. I saw the solar panels are generating electricity, and we picked up a bigger pressure washer and it's going great. See all that good stuff done. I don't know, maybe I got a quarter of it done. It took pretty much, well, I guess half a day for a quarter of it. I guess that could be worse. I tried this morning, I got up and I tried to do the cart grease. It was my 5th attempt, my 5th location I went to. And the public services people had told me to go to their next door neighbors, and they came. They couldn't get it. They couldn't figure out why. They were a little bit baffled by the whole thing. And so it turns out I did some more research on Google, and it looks like if you don't have a carte vitale, you can't get a France Connect number. So that seems to be the holdup. So we're still not sure what we're gonna do. Technically, our visa also expires in 10 days, so they've been really slow approving it. So it's all kind of coming together, not in a good way. And honestly, you know, just there's a couple moments there I'm like, I give up. I can't do this. It's too much. You know, and that, I guess that's just life, right? Maybe we all feel that sometimes. I honestly have no business saying that because, again, lots of success. That court's looking great. You know, I got good tools. Yeah, there's a few things. That tire's still wrecked on the trailer, so I got to figure out how to get that going. And I got messes everywhere. And we'd really like to get all this visa cart grease stuff settled, but it will eventually probably get settled. And we'll get past this. Just got to enjoy the sun and stay positive. Okay, shelf is in. It'll be really interesting to see how we're gonna do this with the toilet, because this is sort of our toilet closet, so we're gonna have to take that front piece out. And then the toilet will kind of sit a little bit in front of the shelf. Probably Leslie would like one more shelf in there for storage, but it actually does a few things. I like it. It evens out the shower. Yeah, and it uses the space well. Of course, tomorrow I'm gonna go on the next wall for Subway, but that's so fun seeing the Subways come in. And it looks like we're going with a smaller mirror. Leslie has decided, to my great sadness, smaller mirror. It is Tuesday and it's time to go crazy with the tiling. I got my tiling clothes on, and let's start by cutting some half pieces for the Subways. I'm gonna time lapse a bunch today because that's lots of fun to watch. We almost had an incident. I screwed up, almost. Could have electrocuted myself. You will see that I have taken the electrical outlets out. Now, of course, like any halfway intelligent guy, I went, the first thing we did is we went to the breaker and I plugged something in. But I plugged into this guy, and so I put a space heater on. Then I went to the breaker and I started flipping switches until the space heater went off. And I'm thinking, okay, good, no power. So there's no power, so I unplugged that one, and then I went back to this one, plugged in, and there was nothing. And so I'm like, oh, good, I got them both. So then I started taking them off, and then I noticed that as I was taking them off, this light here started flickering. And I'm like, oh, that is not good. That is not good. That means that if those two are connected, that means there's still power there. So fortunately, I did not electrocute myself. What they've done here is, and they're not supposed to do this, they've connected an outlet, electrical outlet, to a lighting, or perhaps it's the other way around. Perhaps they connected a light to the electrical outlet, which is not quite as bad maybe. But anyways, good news, it's grounded, like they have a ground on it. But, and I got it capped off now, so we're safe. But my goodness, that was maybe a little closer than we like. That's a morning's work. Now this afternoon we'll go up higher. I'm actually surprised it took that long to get it done, but we kept it really straight, and now we're gonna go do the top part this afternoon. First we'll have a little bit of lunch. Back wall is tiled, and the laser level, fantastic by the way, shoots all the way around the room. So that's great. Now it went pretty well. It looks pretty good. Leslie wanted that panel tile on the inside, so that's kind of cool. The only thing you may notice, if you look, is that there's a significant bump in the wall. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. It's like right around here. It bulges out, and it's the wall. It's a 3-inch stone brick wall, and so it's buckled a bit over 160 years. So here's the good news. If you look carefully, you're like, oh, that's not quite right. But the very good news is there's going to be a towel hanger that we're going to hang right there. And so that's going to cover it. You're not going to see that. And that'll be good. So that means it's Thursday, and I've got this area and this area, which is, it seems like it's not that much, but it's deceptively difficult. This side won't be very bad. Got to cut around that, but no big deal. This side's a little more difficult. We got to cut around that. And then Leslie wants the sconces moved over. So we've got to figure a way to get those wires over. And you'll notice that there's conduit going through the concrete. So we're gonna have to break up that tile, and then hopefully we can just shorten this wire to here. And I was trying to think, how can we do this without making a huge mess? This one's even farther, look at that, it's gotta go all the way over here. So obviously the spinning diamond saw would do a killer job, but it would also throw so much dust. And so what I'm gonna try to do is I'm just gonna use this little diamond tip drill bit, and we're just gonna drill jink, 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 and then hit it with a hammer. It's all covered, right? New tile's going over it, so as long as it's flat and we don't throw a lot of dust, it's a win. Yeah, that's gonna work. We use the drill and then just a hammer, and we made a nice little conduit there to go to our spot. And here, much shorter and easier because this wire was already here, so we just pulled it down. So that's great. And of course you want to test it before you, so yeah, that's all working. We're in business. All right, this is going good. This is going good. And that laser level is helping us. See this guy? Check him out. Okay, I'm coming over real slow. Isn't that nice? Keeps you totally straight. It's gonna be good. Leslie's molding idea is a good one, I think. And some of these are so cheap. Like I want to say it's, what is it, 10 bucks a box? Like it's really, really quite reasonable. Now the trim pieces are not cheap, so we lost a little bit there, but really only a couple hundred for all the subways. So good news, we got the panel pieces on. I still got to put a piece up top, and we got everything in. All that nice trim came. Remember, we had to drive almost 2 hours to go get that trim, and yeah. So Leslie was driving around looking, where can we find another one? We saw something similar at Brico Depot, and she thought, but none of them had any in, and so she thought, I'll just go and we'll chance it.
Where there's a will, there's a way. We need one more piece of trim, and they have literally none left, but he's willing to scrape the one off the wall for us. You gotta love that.
So she drove to our favorite Brico, and they had none. The guy went around the whole store, and then he looked around, and he said, how? Well, and then Leslie saw the display, there was one. She said, would you sell me that one? He said, sure. So he started to pry it off, but it broke. But big enough piece to get that little gap. So we're in business. We're gonna stick this in. As long as I don't mess up this cut, we're okay. That's a perfect fit. Love it. What have we here, Leslie?
All right. So the other day when I was at the Brocont, I saw this kind of in passing, and I'd taken a measurement, but I don't know. Sometimes I follow up, sometimes I don't. Anyways, there's a little tiny spot in our master guest room over there that there's a hallway, and sometimes we have people come with little kids and stuff like that, or bigger kids maybe, but I could lay on this. I just think this would be a great little extra bed if we actually have to need it for something, and the fabric's actually not that bad, and I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
Not a good deal, or not a good deal. It was a good deal.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be cute.
Fits in the hallway.
Well, we haven't tried yet, but yes, it should.
Yeah, it's nice and narrow. Good. Yeah, we'll show you when we get that cleaned up. Guys, it is nighttime, and I just heard the craziest noise from animals over in the woods. My goodness, that was something. They've gone quiet now. I was trying to catch it for you. Mr. Bingley's like, we better get inside, Mr. Bingley. Okay, morning time in France. The birds are singing like crazy. Welcome to spring. And the court continues to be cleared. We've got probably 40% of it cleared. And there's some issues, like there's some parts that are broken up. We did have a guy here yesterday looking at it, and he was saying he thought that they'd probably want to scrape off a little bit of the asphalt and then put more asphalt on. So we'll keep working on it. It's been good progress. This guy's been working good. We got the biggest K Archer we could get, and it wasn't that bad. So it's been working really well. So thankful for it. As the sun comes up, today I'm gonna tile. So we're gonna go back in and we're gonna see if we can get all the tile on the wall, hopefully. And some other jobs too, like I did a load moving triple and checking our mouse traps. We've now caught 3 mouse. We've killed 3 mouse, I'm afraid to say. And yeah, I've tried the like the catch and release trap, but it doesn't seem to be working. No, they don't seem to go in there. So unfortunately, the traditional mouse trap has been the one that's working. Okay, friends, we're gonna try to catch the owl. Nope. We did not catch the owl. We'll try again tomorrow night. It's Friday and we got her done. We got all the tiles done yesterday. And so they're all up there. Now it's time to clean out the grout lines, do some grouting. Try to go slow. Here we go, I'll go slow. Let's go, this is my favorite panel, I think. It's like, I don't know, it looks good. I don't got her zoomed out. So we'll put the music on, we'll start clearing some grout lines, and then we'll do some grouting. Leslie says she likes that it's kind of whiting out now, which is nice. Kind of just a solid white, it's not quite so liney, so that's gonna be good. This is going a lot slower than I thought it was gonna go. But that's life. We're happy with the result at least. One last wall. We should be done by dinner. Oh, the bathroom is coming together. Got the shower, we got the shelf, we've got the tiles are grouted, the walls, and then I'll come down. Floor, it's looking a little musty. We'll probably need to mop that and clean it up, but you get the idea. And then of course this wall here. So yeah, it's gonna be a good bathroom. Good progress this week. Next week we'll put in the toilet. Towel warmer, we might put in a temporary sink in. And we gotta do a base here. We're waiting for the vanity and for the lights and the mirrors. And I gotta clean up that glass up there too.
Well, it's a chilly but beautiful day. We are out of dog food, and isn't it a lovely coincidence that the only place to get the dog food is at the greenhouse? So we're also gonna look at hydrangeas and a few other shrubs and stuff to try to maybe hide the solar panels and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And that big pot that goes on the big cement thing, all that kind of stuff. So we will go in and see what we can find. Right away, let's go look at those camellias. They look great. These look lovely. The camellias out by our house in the bush of the part that we don't own yet. Let's hope that can happen at some point. Anyway, look at this guy. Ours, we have, we have a double, so that we have kind of doubles like this. Oh, he is a beauty, isn't he? Like this guy. And then we have some singles like this guy, which is cool, but yeah, these are fun. No point in buying more of these, although they are lovely. Well, look what I found. You know, sometimes in this Château project, there's more ideas than time, but check these out. There's 4 little guys for 14 euro. That's great. And you know what I'm thinking? That little circle in the middle of the rose garden. You could do a little row of that all the way around with then peonies and stuff in the middle. But my other part of my brain is saying, you know what? We got enough of our fingers and things right now, but this is good to remember. And then check these little guys out. You know, sometimes when you're at the Château, they have these like little sort of cone plants. This is what I think we actually have that are big, huge ones around the rose garden. But isn't he cute? Cute. Expensive, but cute. Okay, we're still on the hunt for hydrangea. Oh, there's a bunch of sticks over there. I bet that's it. But look at these olive trees. That is fun. I mean, that's not a bad idea to put in that planter that we're trying to not back into. The topiaries would be cool, but I think that's just going to be top heavy. But they look awesome. Okay, I think we spotted them there, right over there. Let's go check them out. See what we got. Well, let's see. We have white ones. There's the purple. I definitely don't want pink. I'm looking for the kind that are the panicle kind, because they handle the heat really well. I'm gonna have to keep looking. Well, I did find one limelight, but there's only one, and it's supposed to be exceptionally good. It's mostly creamy white, and it starts off sort of lime colored. I think he'd be great in full sun, and they grow really large, which will be great for covering up all of the mayhem. But really, he's the only one in here, and I haven't heard of some of the others, so I'm a little wary. So maybe I'm a bit early. But, and it hasn't even woke up yet. But mine have a little at home, but this guy doesn't have anything on him at all yet, so we'll keep looking. Okay, last thing before I go get dog food. Look at that, even the ferns are awake. And check out this guy at the very back. Do you see the tree? That is a fern? That is cool. How fun is that? That's amazing. I was waiting for a Brocont next door to open, and there's this toy store next door called the Game Club, basically, in French, and there is a whole section of a thing called Playmobil, which was David's, our son, favorite toy, and boy, did they have Playmobil. Oh my goodness. Something else that's interesting is they have a serious puzzle game. Like, look how many puzzles they have for little kids. That's ridiculous. That's a lot of puzzles.
Right, so we're in a Brocont. This one is in La Flèche, and it's only open once in a while. Look at this, you got a table for 65 bucks. And it's super fun when you can look at a table like Anjou or Beaujolais and flip through books and look for your Château, and sometimes find it. Either in books, more in postcards. Hopefully Leslie's taking some video because she's the one that has the sense of style. These are more. Look at this guy with the mirrors. Big guy. Look at him. Guess how much? I'll show you. You don't need to guess. 145 bucks. And I've also thought it'd be fun to have a big clock tower. 250 bucks. 1974. Someone probably, paid a lot of money for that back then. Hi everybody, it's thanks for coming out with us this video. Boy, our hearts are a little heavy. Hearts are a little heavy this week. I don't know if you've been watching the news. There's so much going on in the world, so much fighting. And of course, we're Canadians that lived in the States for 20 years. And we have a lot of American friends and a lot of Canadian friends. And it's tough. It's tough when your friends are fighting. It's tough when, countries are getting into trade wars and things just feel very uncertain and very uncomfortable. And I've really been thinking about, there's this passage that I remember my parents talking about when I was a kid. And to be honest, when I was young, it was a fine passage and it was poetic, but it never really hit me as deep as it has the last few years. And so I kind of want to close off the video today reading this passage and just allowing you to hear the words and just feel a sense of peace. And to be honest, guys, this especially goes out to a very good friend of ours. We've had a chance to meet some really good people and become very close to some good people doing this program. We've probably had more than 100 different young people out and other folks. And this week, one of our friends had something really terrible happen to him. And I can't really talk about it publicly, but Leslie and my hearts have been breaking. And so this passage goes out to her and to all the rest of you that are in pain. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Psalm 23.